Okay, we have started. So, I am signed in as you right now.
Okay.
And we'll eventually go to my profile. I have access to a couple more things since you're not published it. So up when you log in, this is what you will see. I'm not sure if you've noticed that yet once you've logged in, but when you log in, this is what you'll see. At the top right corner, you will see your email address. You're signed in as yourself.
Right.
If you were to have more than one website with us, you would be able to click on sites and
Okay.
transfer to the different site from here. So you click sites and you choose which site you'd want to join into the site overview.
Oh, hi,
But
how are, can you hear us?
yes,
Yes.
we can.
Oh my gosh, all right, we just finally got this figured out on one of these computers. Neither of our desktops have speakers on them.
Oh.
I mean,
That
I could
was,
hear, but we can't speak.
yeah.
So we're trying to do this on our laptop, and hopefully this laptop is gonna stay up. Are you in it too?
Mm-hmm, but I can't hear them.
What? Okay, can
Get
you
on
do?
the phone. Could you do it on your phone?
So there's
We
a
can
number.
find it.
All right,
There-
well, let's just. All right.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
What do we do? No. Hi, sorry, good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning. So are you able to see my screen? Can you hear me?
Yes, we see your screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I can hear everyone. So I think we're good.
Okay, good.
Awesome. So I just started and I have started the recording. As I mentioned, I will upload this to YouTube and I'll send you a YouTube link. That way you can view this whenever. We have this recording set as well in case anyone new comes along. They can view this YouTube link and view the training and see how the new platform works. Will you ladies need access? Because I know I only have. Will you guys need website access?
I will.
Yes. Yes, Lorena and Kristen will need access. I have set
Okay.
them up with it
Are we the only two?
with their passwords and their emails and all that stuff. That's currently in the system right now.
Okay.
Who does
I'm
our
not sure if
website updates now besides you, Celia?
I can get in, but I need a refresher course. So
And do
anyway,
I need access? I
yeah, you
guess so.
probably, yes.
All right,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
You sure do.
Okay.
So, okay. Yeah,
If you
I'll
could, in the chat, Louisa, can you put in the link to where we could sign in?
so I have to send an invitation. I can do that.
Okay,
after.
very good.
Yeah,
That's
no
great.
problem.
Thank you.
So
I think I can get to it from the OSV website, right? By clicking our website or whatever.
this is Radius, and yes, you can get through that, but not through the new
New.
website.
Oh.
And so that's what we're going over right now, because as soon as we get this new website ready for you, you won't need Radius anymore. So you won't need to learn. You won't need to learn Radius. This will be gone. So we're trading you into the new website.
We're getting a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll show you, well, we're going to show you how this works. So here's your refresher course.
I'm listening.
All right.
It's going to be on YouTube too.
Yes. So I'll begin with when you log in, this is what you will see. You will see
so
your
we're
site.
at the OSVwebsites.com, right?
Yes. Yes. So site overview, when you log in, this is what you will see. Once your church is published, this will all change. So it'll go green. So this will all change. So we don't need to worry about that right now. But right now we are in making mode. So at the top right corner, when you log in, you will see your email. That is your login, your email, and then your password. So we're in Celia's account. I was telling Celia, if you were to have another website with us, you would be able to click sites and move back and forth between the sites. But you only have one, so this might not be something that you'll use often.
So we'll need to set up our own passwords, correct? We don't have one already.
Right.
Okay.
I have I have sent you your passwords,
Oh,
and
okay,
it's your email, your current email,
okay,
and your passwords have been sent.
okay, perfect. Thank you.
If not, I can send those to you in a little bit.
Yeah, that would be good.
So I haven't, okay, we'll go over that later. You'll, once the site is published, you will be able to see statistics. Those that view it through the desktop and the mobile and tablet.
It's the mechanism that pumps the actual thing.
That's a good thing.
Like I replaced the batteries
Yes.
and the light flashes green like it's fine.
We have those that you could stick on the wall.
Yeah. Do we have extras?
There might be some in there. Check and see.
Do you think that we could, everyone mute, and then if you have questions, unmute?
Yes. I
You
don't
can
know.
even put questions on the chat.
Whatever, yeah, that we could always unmute and mute as we have questions.
Where do we mute and unmute?
You should
see where-
see at the top right.
Let me
It
share
says-
my screen.
Oh, I see. Here.
At the
Should be-
very
gonna
top
mute.
up here. Oh, you don't want to see that.
So we actually can't, Teams, you can't see that. There you go. Okay, now, yep.
Okay. There's a mic up here. You see where
Yep.
it says leave, share, mic.
They're
Click
muted.
on
Yep.
that. Okay.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. I'll go back to sharing my screen.
Oh my gosh. Take the buggy. The buggy's in the
Celia, do you think you could mute yourself too? And then if
Oh.
you have questions, unmute.
That's weird because I'm on mute and it's not working. Okay, let me try my phone then. I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
Okay, let's turn that off. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so if you have any questions, just unmute yourself. So as I was saying, stats, you will be able to view your desktop view, so laptops, desktop, mobile will be tablets, iPads, and then cell phones. Statistics will start to happen. You can see the yesterday's, last 7 days, 30 days. Next is forms. This is one place where you will be able to view the forms if you create a form through the website. So what that means is, I'm going to go in the website real quick to show you. In the website, you can create a form and they can type into the form their name. Typically it's a contact us. So here's a send us a message. They can type in their name and it'll click send. It will go to the form responses when they click submit. And this is where this is one of two places that you will see. I will show you the second place later. But this is one of two places. You can click on the form response if someone were to submit a form, but you cannot print it or make a PDF version of it. You can only click and export to CVS. So we wanted to make that clear because we do have forms available in the OSV Hub. So in the OSV Hub, there is Cameron and Kristen have access. I sent Celia a request. It looks like she did activate it and it's just for forms. So what Celia will see is just access to forms. I am in my demo account. If it'll load. Let me go to my demo account so that I can show Celia if she ever needs to create a form through the OSV Hub. This is what you will see. You will see your church's name, you will see your name, and you will see forms, and that's it. You will not see all of the above. We just give you access to forms unless Cameron or Kristen want to give you access to other. But forms you will be able to create. You'll click on forms or view forms. You will be able to create a new form and the new form will have a link. So when I click on form, it's highlighted in blue. It takes me to the demo link that I have created. It's just a simple demo. There will be a link that is provided where you can then add onto the website. The reason why we recommend the OSV Hub forms and not the actual website form is because you can go in and view each submission. If you had our online giving, which you don't, you would be able to refund the forms, but you can collect information as well as print them out, view them in the form that they were filled out. You can download them. You can view their information a little bit better than the actual forms in the website, but you're welcome to use both, so you have access to both. So that is what you will see when you log in. You will be able to click the preview button. So when you click play, it opens up a new tab, and you will be able to view the desktop, tablet, and cell phone view. You can actually click up at the middle top, the desktop view, the tablet view, and the cell phone view. As you can see, it makes a little Apple and a little Android to where it changes it slightly for the iPhone and the Android view. As you can see here, it shrinks it for each platform, and you will be able to make changes to each platform if you need to. And I will show you that later. So another neat thing, let's say that you needed to share this with the pastor so that he can take a look at the new website. All you need to do is copy this new link, and you can paste it into a new tab, and it'll take them to the website. They can actually click on it, and it'll take them to different pages that they can view. So each screen, it's its own, they can actually interact with each tabs. That is a little neat thing. They don't have to have access to the website. You just send them the link. So now we're going to click the edit button. When you log in, you will want to click the edit button to start editing the website. I'm going to go into mine. So I clicked edit, and now we are in the edit mode. So this is what you will see. Celia, the difference between Radius and this new platform, as you can see the website, and you can make changes, live changes to the website. In Radius, you would have to click on pages and edit the page. This is the home page. And as you edit the page, you can't really see what it looks like. This is what you see. You would click publish and then view it on the other end of the website to make it. You don't see that it looks like this on the home page. So the difference is you can actually see what it looks like. This is your home page. You have these buttons, these pictures. You can change the text to welcome to our church. This is an actual change that you have made to the site. So I'm going to, any questions so far? Let's see, I'll check my chat. Okay, awesome. I'll have my chat open. So what I'm going to start with the left next is I'm going to go through the top of the bar and show you what each button does, and then we will move to the left-hand side. So 3 places that you can navigate through the website. You can use this top left navigation bar. If you click down, you can see home, newcomers. You can see the pages for newcomers, which is registration, becoming Catholic, RCIA, returning Catholics. You can view all the options. You can click and it'll take you there. Second place is on the actual website. You can click on Our Faith, Parish Life. Third place that you can go to is pages on the left-hand side. You can click on newcomers registration and it'll take you to that page. So 3 places that you can view each pages throughout the website. Top left, the actual website navigation menu, and the word pages. To view each desktop, tablet, and cell phone, that will be these screens right here where you can actually edit them. So the desktop, click on the little tablet, and it'll take you to the tablet. Then the cell phone view. And you can then also edit the cell phone view. So as you make changes to the desktop, it will make changes to the tablet. So I'm going to add to our church and save that. I'm going to go to the tablet, and it is on the tablet, and it is on the iPhone. Let's say I want to change the iPhone to a different font. Let's make it a little bit more obvious. I'm going to save that. Tablet and the desktop view. So let's undo that. And let's undo it again. And we're back to the welcome. So there is the tablet and the desktop view. Next is on the right-hand side, you can search the editor. So what that means is if you are needing help to find image, how you can add an image, all the different things you can do with images. There are articles that you can read. This is more of a search feature. If you need any help, we are here for you as well. So our email is churchwebsites@osv.com. Celia has it. I'll put it in the chat. So we are always here. If these articles don't help you, you can always email us and we can help with anything that you are needing to do with your website. Here, this little icon, info and tools. This is kind of your site information, a little help here. Once your website is published, all of this will change and it'll be published. Preview link, here is the second place where you can copy and paste the link to share to anyone that needs to view the website. Just copy and paste it. You can copy and paste the link in an email and they can click on it through email. So that is the second place that you can copy and paste that link. Stats, here is the second place in the website before you click edit. I showed you when you log in, you can see your statistics. Here is the second place where you can view that. Clients, I am logged in as myself. You do not have access to clients. There are certain settings that we have to add for each editor. So if you need to add a new editor, just let us know and we will make that happen for you. We just need their first and last name and their email, and we will send them an invitation. Keep in mind that, for example, Celia, Kristen, and Lorraine will each have access. So we will need one of you 3 to let us know, kind of for security purposes, if a John were to email me and say they need access to the website, we would not just grant Joseph access just because John said so. So one of you 3 ladies will need to let us know who needs to be added to the website if there's someone new. Editor language, if you speak Spanish or French, you can change the actual language on this platform and it'll change the language throughout this edit platform. That way you can view it in your language. The next 3 are what you're going to be using most often. This little check mark, it says all changes saved. Then there's an undo button and a redo button. As I was showing you, when I added to our church, there's an ellipses that it's loading. And now the changes are the unsaved changes, saving changes. As you can see, it's saying that now the changes are saved. As you are making changes to the website, it is saving it for you in real time. You do not have to click save. You do not have to click save as draft. It is saving it for you as you go along. So let's say I wanted to erase this. I did not like it. I save it. I'm done with it. And it is just going to save for me as I have finished. If I go into this button, I want to add a word. I click out of it. It is saving it for me. If I click undo, it'll undo it. I can undo and redo right now because I've done a couple things to the home page. One thing to keep in mind, as you move to another page, it refreshes. So right now there are really no changes to be saved. No, I can't undo and I can't redo. It won't let me click. That is because I'm on a new page and it is refreshed. If I go back to the home page, my changes were saved. It didn't keep anything, but now I can't undo or redo because I went to a new page technically and it refreshed again. So that is one thing to keep in mind. As you move on, it will refresh and you won't be able to undo the things that you did on the previous page. If you have any questions, let me know. I am reading the chat, or you can unmute. Hopefully that makes sense. Next is the HTML and CSS. If any of you ladies are interested in knowing the back end, you are more than welcome to view this. If not, you can totally ignore it. But that is there for you to view. Do you upload our current website info into the site and then? So we'll talk about that at the end, but yes, we can do that, Kristen. Next is the preview link. Here is a third place. So on your home screen, when you log in, you could click that little preview. Here you can click the preview link. Here is the third place where you can preview your website. You can't make changes to it, but you can preview it. Okay. Yep, I have the chat open, Kristen, so I'll keep an eye on the chat if you have any questions. No worries. Here is the little Apple icon. Android, as you can see, I can only interact with it. I can't make changes to it. I can copy the link here again to share it with anyone and then click back to editor. So because I clicked on the cell phone, it's going to take me back. Now I'm back to the editor mode and I can actually make changes to the cell phone because I am back to editor mode, and I'm going to go back to desktop, tablet, cell phone. Next is this red publish button. Once we publish the website, it'll forever say republish because you will constantly be republishing your website when you make new changes. So what that means is on Radius, when you make changes to your website and you want them to go live, you would click the green publish button. Celia. So that's the difference, is instead of clicking this green button, publish, you will click the red button. Let's get out of here. Republish. So I made changes to the website. I want them to go live. You would click the red republish button and it'll go live for you. So let's say I made changes to my website and I didn't click this, it won't go live. They won't be able to view the changes that you've made. They are saved, but they're not live. Awesome. Here you'll see help. This is more of a contact if you need a contact help. Like I said, you can go in chats here, but you can always email us, and we recommend that you email us and not have to wait for someone to get in contact with you to help you. So we are here to help. If you click this homepage, it'll take you back to the dashboard where you initially logged in. Any questions before I go on the left-hand side, as I am done with the top menu bar? I'll wait in chat in case Lorraine or Kristen have any questions. Awesome. So I'm gonna go, so we viewed the left and right-hand side of the top menu bar.
Louisa, I'm so sorry. Can you hear
You're
me?
good. Yeah.
Okay. You know the source where you went into the back end of the is this the little icon up here between preview and the redo button? Is that where you click
Click
to get to the
for,
source? You know, like you went back into you actually went into there you go. Try that one. Is that leading us? Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Okay.
yep,
Okay, cool.
that'll take you into the HTML.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah. Good old code. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Alrighty, so now I'll move on to the left-hand side. And this gets into the more of the website design. On the left-hand side, we have the global design, which I like to call the default settings for the entire site. So you guys chose this template, which came with this navigation, all of these buttons, pictures, the way it is formatted. This is the template that you chose. All of this can be changed. It can be removed. You don't have to use it. So for example, we don't have to have this here. We don't have to have these buttons here. Everything can be changed, but you chose a base template to get you started with something. So this picture here can be changed. The global design default settings throughout the website, that comes with the template. So for example, the global text, the default text that it's set to, this is the font. So this is the paragraph example, which would be right here. Paragraph example, this is a paragraph text. So that is the font that it is using unless you change it yourself. So when you add a text box, this is the font that it'll be set to. Of course, you can always change it and make this cursive, whatever you would like to, but it has a default, just kind of like when you open Word, it's already set to Calibri. This one's set to Source Sans Pro. Next is the headers. So we have header 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. When you go to a text box, here I have all my bold, underline, italicized, I can change the font. Here it is set to heading 2. So here you can choose header 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, we do have the usual variety of fonts. Right here, font type. You would click font type, and here are your choices of fonts. Let me know if you have any other questions, but that you can choose your different fonts. So right now, header 2, for example, header 2, as you can see here, that is what header 2 is. It's already set to this font, size 34, font size 34. So if you want to change that, you can change these settings, is what I'm also trying to get at. So the text, you can go through your headers and you can change the settings. So instead of having to every time change, you add a text and you chose Amari and it's 30 instead of 34, you can go in here and just change it yourself. That way, every time you add a new text box, you can just click on header 2 instead of clicking on the font, clicking on the font size, clicking on bold, italicize. You can choose 6 different features. The template already has these set for you. Like I said, you can change the 6 as well as the paragraph. Next is the buttons. Let me find a button. Global button, it is set for the background color green. It is green right now. The border is green. When you hover over it, it'll stay green. Or sorry, hover background color is set to 0. The border is set to green. So the border does have a green line around it. That can be changed. As you can see, this is the default button. So this button was added and no changes were made to it. On the template itself, as you can see, this one, when you hover over it, it goes green. So the settings for this specific button were changed. So it's just a default. When you add a button, this is what it'll look like. You can click on the button and change the design and change the colors. So instead of a green, they did not want a background color instead of the background color, which is green. So you can change the settings to the buttons as well. Next is, and we'll go into more of when I click on, I know when I click on this, you see these little pop-ups. We'll go into this in a little bit. Images, when you add an image, it is set to a regular square. You can have more round edges or a circle, so you can choose the default for when you add an image. Rows, background colored rows is set to no color. What this means is this is a row and it's highlighted in blue. It is set to no color. This row and this row have a light gray base to it. That was changed, and you can change the colors of the rows. This row has a picture embedded into it. This row has a dark gray, just like your footer. So your footer has a dark gray. We recommend that you keep it white because typically the websites are white. Keep it nice and clean, but you're more than welcome to change the rows, the background colors of the rows. Site background, so this is the actual pages itself. So you can change the background entire site. Yes, Celia will be able to embed new pictures. So any of your church pictures, we can change them to your church pictures, if that's what you're asking. So you guys don't have to keep these pictures on the website. They can be your own pictures. Next is the site background. So the site background, you can actually have the entire site set to a different color. We usually keep it white. You're more than welcome to change it if you wanted to. It's set to white. You can change it to green, and everything that is in the site background will change to green. We will keep it white. You can do this per page instead of the whole background. For all pages, per page, you can click an actual background color per page. Site layout, you can choose the top bar header, sidebar menu. So this is for your desktop view. Right now we have the top bar header. You can choose the menu on the sidebar or an expandable menu for the desktop. Here are your 2 options for the tablet and the mobile. So you can choose that and change those if you would like to. So that is the global design. Celia, I would maybe, if you want to go through here and make sure it's what you like, the fonts to be, like I said, you chose the font, so it is set to, but these are all changeable. So it's set to what you chose the font as. but you're more than welcome to go in here and change what you want to change. Next is pages. I see you're typing, so I'll wait a little bit. I would like to. Awesome. So we'll keep it as that, and you can change it later on. Yeah, that's exactly right. You can change it later on if you'd want to. Pages. So this is what's next. Pages is any page is considered a tab. So newcomers, registration, becoming Catholic, RCIA, all of these are considered pages. So home is a page, newcomer is a page, becoming Catholic, RCIA. Each page has its own settings tab, as you can see. All of these pages have their settings tab. As you can also see, we have some sub tabs. You can go up to 2, and I will show you. So newcomers has registration, becoming Catholic, RCIA. Let's say I want RCIA not under becoming Catholic. I am going to click and hold and drag it a little bit towards the left. And now it is on the menu underneath becoming Catholic. So as you can see here, you do not have to, so RCIA there, it's at the bottom. RCIA, you do not have to do anything fancy. You just click and hold and drag. So let's have this going back to becoming Catholic. I can see the little gray and it goes back. Let's say I want our faith to go in between giving and about, our faith in between giving and about, and it makes the changes live for you and it's saving it. That is the difference. You can make the changes to the actual navigation right away. So let's go back, our faith up at the top, or if I want it to go into newcomers or underneath prayer, you can do that. Yes, they can be moved to a different page. If you want our faith, all of our faith, as you can see here, I'm going to click and hold. And newcomers, I want it to go underneath our faith. Let's see here. I don't think our faith can because it's the faith in action content. So newcomers and our faith is the faith in action content that is provided in your package. So let's do the contact us. Yes, you can have a subfolder. So here, the contact us, you don't want to have 2 separate, so you can have it under the contact.
So what if can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so what if, say for example, you want Faith Direct in stewardship, under the stewardship folder in our parish or whatever it may land, and you want it on the giving. Can you have both folders in both locations?
Both pages, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes. And both
So
2 different pages.
at that point, we would have to duplicate it. So in this website, we do have to have a page underneath. So if you need online giving under newcomers and online giving under giving, we would need 2 pages, so we would duplicate those.
Okay, now say for example, if you want, goodness gracious. Well, okay, I guess you can, I think you kind of answered my question. So we could go, if we have newcomers and in giving, we could have the same folder in newcomers, a subfolder, you know, where it says parish life, you have bulletin, then you have that other one that you were looking at where it was RCIA and you had to, where were you? There you go. Try that, please. See where it says becoming Catholic, and then you have the RCIA.
Mhm.
Could like say for example the RCIA be moved to like faith formation or religious education?
Yes, you would, you can either duplicate it, or when you create faith formation, you can actually link the page to faith formation. So, for example, let's see
Am I
here.
jumping ahead here?
No, you're fine. Let's see. So RCIA, let's create a page. Let's go into pages and how to create a page. So
Okay.
I'm gonna create a blank page. Blank page and page URL is what you'll most commonly use. So let's do faith formation. I'm gonna add it, and it gets put to the menu. As you can see here, here's your faith in action too. So let's say I want to add RCIA. I can either do that in the website, or I can duplicate it. Duplicate. Now there's another one, and I can put it underneath faith formation. So now there's still RCIA. I duplicated it
And put it there. Okay.
and put it under faith formation. So on the settings tab, you can duplicate pages.
Oh, that's perfect. That is so good. I love it.
So I'm going to go ahead and click the settings, delete.
Okay.
Settings, delete faith formation. But yeah, you can duplicate and add different areas, and if it's the same page,
Okay.
that's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, so we'll go into the little settings tab. You can rename each page. You can hide it from the navigation. So what this means is faith formation. Right now you can see it on your pages. These are pages, but they are buttons. So what that is your Catholic news and perspectives and your Simply Catholic. These are buttons, but when they click on Catholic news, it'll actually take them to a whole page where they can view this information, Simply Catholic. So that's why there are pages created, because it's content, but they are buttons. They're not in your actual navigation. So you can do that as well. So because of that, we hid it from your navigation menu. That's where it says hidden on all. If you wanted to undo that, you could show and navigation. Click on show on all. So what that means is if I don't want newcomers, I want to link it to pictures, I can hide on all, which just means it takes it from the navigation menu.
Okay.
So hide, I want to show in navigation, it'll pop back up. Next is the duplicate. You can duplicate it. Lock for editing. Let's say that Celia, you were creating a faith formation page and you didn't really want anyone to, like, if that one's your page, you are creating it, faith formation is for you. You can lock that from Lorraine and Kristen from editing. So if you lock it, it is just for you.
Okay.
If Kristen locks it, it's just for Kristen.
Okay.
Page URL. This is if you wanted to change the actual, so it'll be your website.com/newcomers. If you wanted to add more words to it, you can. So this is the URL link.
Now, is there a certain length that one can use? Because I know that at one point there was.
I think 130 is the max.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't think you
yeah.
want 130 on the web.
No. No. You just got to keep them short and sweet. Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. One word.
One word. And then set as homepage. If you were to click that, it would make this little home. So we already have your home page.
Okay.
Set access. This is if you wanted to create a password for a page. So password protected, You would have a password and save it. You would have to share that password with your parishioners. For example, a church has a directory with their parishioners' addresses, phone numbers, contact information, and only parishioners, registered parishioners, can have access to the directory. So they password protected their directory.
Okay.
So that is an example that you could use that for, and then delete. Those are pretty much what you'll be using. So now when you add a new page, as I was saying, blank page is what you'll most commonly use. It'll have the footer already and the header set. It'll just be in the middle. So I'm going to create one because we're going to use it to add widgets and show you the widgets. So test page, it's going to add it to the menu. If I were to click more, page URL, this is if you wanted to add, I'm going to do this for example, your church website for right now, the old website. I'm going to add it. Page URL means that it's going to have this little external little world symbol. If they were to click on, let's click on preview. I'm in preview mode. I'm going to click on old website. It's going to take them to an external link. So it won't take them to a page, it'll take them to an external link. You can probably use that for, some churches use that for the online giving and just take them straight to the online giving page instead of reading all the instructions, just take them straight to the online giving page. So that is what page URL is. I'm going to delete it. Our services is more of an about us page template. The rest of these are all templates. Our services, you can create, we already have an about page for you, but if you wanted to look at that, you can. Contact us, a template for contact us page, portfolio project page, and landing page. These are all home page templates that you can look at. You already have a template, but you're more than welcome to look at them. So the subfolder, this is what you were talking about. This is what you could use for the subfolder. So this, you can create a subfolder. If you go to preview, I can go to Our Faith. I can go to Parish Life because these are not subfolders. If I go to the subfolder, I can't click on it because it's a subfolder, and you can create tabs for the subfolder. So all of these are not subfolders, and I can go to it and it has information on the actual title, Our Faith. The subfolder, I can't click on it because it's a subfolder. It is not clickable. So subfolder typically, so that means is let's put the test page under the subfolder. Let's go to preview. Here is the subfolder, and I have the test page. I can't click on subfolder, but I can click on the test page underneath the subfolder. So that is what Radius has. Radius has subfolders. I can't click on newcomers, Our Faith. So that's the difference with this new website is you can actually click on the newcomers, Our Parish, Our Faith.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. So you have,
it's really nice.
You have your options.
Boy, you can't give a girl that many options.
I know, right?
I'll be on the phone with you a lot. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see, and how it grows and what have you.
Yeah. So next is widgets. This is where we start to get into the fun stuff. As you start to edit your website, you will have frequently used, you will have popular, what is popularly used within your editor. So these are all the same. Yes, that is correct, Kristen. That's awesome. Yes, a lot more easier to use. We are very excited to get everyone over here. So frequently used, popular. So what these two come from is the basics, the media, and business. We'll go a little bit over the business. You can you're more than welcome to use any of these. We don't really go over all of them because you don't really have a restaurant menu or maybe Yelp reviews or coupons. But
No.
here is where you will grab your Google Calendar. So if you have a calendar, you just click and drag the calendar, sign into Google, and choose the calendar. It's that simple. You sign in, you choose your calendar, and it'll add the calendar events on here. That's it. That's all you have to do. If you don't want it on your page, you just click this little red X. Business, the
What
other
about
one,
Google Maps and stuff like that too?
Yeah,
For
so this-
location, there it is.
this will be maps. You'll
Okay.
just enter in the address
Okay.
and it'll
Sounds good.
have the little dot. You can click design. So every time you add a widget, other than text, because text is different, it's just
Mhm.
font sizes and colors.
Mhm.
A widget has content. It has this little pop-up. You're going to see content and design. Content, I would think of it more as what is the information on the widget. The content, design is what it looks like. So when you click on design, this actually has different
Maps.
views that
Mhm.
you can use. So each widget could have different designs. You can use the full width. So the full length, you can make it bigger. You can zoom it in a little bit more. You can zoom out. You can have a border around it. So design is what it looks like.
Okay.
Content is what the information is on. So the button, use button on. So on the cell phone view,
Mhm.
because the map is probably too big, it would have the cell phone clicked because it would have a button on the cell phone view. I'll show you.
Mhm.
Cell phone view. Find
Yeah.
us is what it'll have because it's just too big.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to see those settings. You can have a title, description. Added to the
What is the standard size of the map that other websites use? It's got to be just small and right to the point, right?
It really
Yes.
just depends. I've seen it as big as they want it like all across, like they're kind of like the footer size,
Yeah.
or they just want it as simple as what it came with. So it's pretty skinny. Let's see.
Now, could we add a link to the thing or how can they click on this on their phone and will it link to their phone from there or to their tablet?
Yes. So when you click on this, because it's
Yes.
using Google Maps,
Yes.
it'll take them to Google Maps.
Okay, and they can just be
Exact spot.
incorporated in their car or whatever and just whatever.
Yes.
Tell you, we
So-
got to cater these. We got to cater to our clientele here.
Right.
Oh,
So
goodness.
that's pretty much from business. If you wanted to, coupons, I don't know, for a festival, social, these are just logging into your Facebook. It shows comments. So these, you just click and drag into the website. But the most ones you'll use is the basics and media.
Yeah.
So starting with basics, you can just click and hold, add the text. Here it has the text default, so the paragraph. Here you can change the headers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we also have the header 1 and header 3. So as you're creating pages, you might just want to just add the header 1, which you can do that. And it'll just already have the settings for header 1, and you can do
Okay.
that as well for header 3. So instead of just adding a text, which is typically it's the paragraph settings it has it set to,
Right.
you can just go ahead and click and drag for title And as you can see, it adds new columns. So I'll show you what that is in a second. So here, header 3. So if you are adding content to your pages, you can just go ahead and add the title or a subtitle, and you can just do large title, small title. So
Okay.
instead of a text. We'll get to the columns in a second, how you were seeing
I
how
wanted to ask you something for a minute.
Okay.
How do we check the analytics? Because I know our old website had Google Analytics on it, and I could see, the usage or who's been logged. I mean, how many people have clicked on and blah 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 blah.
So with Google Analytics, our website actually just has a place for you to go to open Google Analytics.
Okay.
So this is just a place for you to get to the analytics. Here you do have is this your information to get into Google Analytics?
Yes, it is actually.
So you would just probably want a bookmark, because this just takes you to Google. We just have a place embedded in our website to take you to Google Analytics. It's
Okay.
not actually Google Analytics on our website,
Okay.
if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
I would just bookmark it. We don't have, this does not have a place to get you to Google Analytics.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Next is a button. So that is going to take us the default, which is the green if you hover over it. A button can be linked to a page. It can be linked to a website URL. I will show you pop-ups in a second. An anchor page, email address, so on their cell phone, if they click on it and they have Google Gmail on their cell phone, it'll open up their Gmail and start an email. It'll embed the email address. Click to call on their cell phone. They can just click on the button and it'll start to dial the cell phone number that's embedded. File, they can click on the PDF file and you can upload the file here. So that's a button. And then there's also a file button. So the only difference between these two is that it already has the word download file and it's just
File.
for a file. So it's just
Okay,
ready.
so that would pertain to, like, say for example, preschool registration form. They would download
Yes.
that file. Okay.
Yep. You can use the button as well. This one has more features available. This one is just simple, ready for you to
take
just,
action. Yeah.
yep, not have to change the name
anything.
or, yeah, exactly. A divider, this is a little fancy divider where you can, if you need to make some space on the website, you can change your divider design, your width if you don't need it to be that long, full width, style of it. So color, we can exaggerate it. So that's a divider. You don't have to use this. We typically use space between the website. As you can see, there is like a little bit of space.
Yeah, I like that white space.
Yeah, we don't really use dividers, but you're more than welcome to. So this is a divider right here,
Yeah.
just to underline.
I mean, that's just a little something, no biggie.
Yeah, exactly.
But the white space looks really good. It makes it look really clean.
Yes. So that's the spacer, or you can actually put spacing in the actual widget, which I will show you in just a second. But you can actually put spacing in. We went over the titles, file, list. This one is sometimes used for bulletin or staff, because you don't have to have an image. You don't have to have a link. Your link can be a button instead of a link. So you don't have to have either of them. And this is where you can embed a picture of your staff or just put the staff name and their information. So
Okay.
all of the different choices that you can have with a list.
Mhm.
So that's the content. You choose what you want the content to be, how you want it to organize it. And then you click build your list and you can add as many as you like, and they start to get added. They start to get removed. So you can just have one. Here, you don't have to show the text. You don't have to show the title. You can add an image. You can link. Right now, we don't have the link set.
No.
So, but you can add all of this to a list. You can click here to change elements. So it's not a done deal. You can go back and just change it up a little bit and then go
Mhm.
back to your list of changes. So here, as you delete and you add the text, it'll change it
Mhm.
right away for you. So list. The next is columns 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in a row, right now we are in this big row. You can always add another row by right-clicking, add row below, and it adds another row, and we can make some space in between. In this row, you see this long square, long rectangle. So here you can add columns to organize things just a little bit. The way I can do that is here's an empty column, right click, column. Now I have added 2 columns. So that is kind of like a divider to divide up the website a little bit better for you. Here's some even spacing. Now, if you wanted to go and add 3 or 4, you can do that by right clicking and adding another column. You can go up to 4. So what this does is it already has a widget ready for you. If you don't want to right click, you can just insert, and here are 4 columns. Or
Beautiful.
you can right click again and just add another column. So it's the widget or just right clicking and adding a column.
How many columns does the widget have? Like defaulted,
So
there's
you can go up to 4. Now
okay.
I can't add any more columns.
No. You've taken your lot.
Yep, I can go up to 4. If I want to
Mhm.
delete this row, right click, delete.
Okay.
Next is countdown. You can add a countdown
Mm-hmm.
used for maybe New Year's, have some fun, change the designs. You can change the colors.
This would be great for the kids at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kristen said DSA.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So design, colors, the style, the text, frame. You can have some fun with it. White, green, whatever the colors are.
Colors you want, yeah.
Animation. You can have it slide in. Just have fun with it. So
Mhm.
many, and all the widgets, most widgets have like animation. So a button, you can have it slide in, fade in, rotate in. So all of that fun stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then countdown table. This is if you needed to show any kind of information, maybe a roster. Some schools use this for roster. You can upload a CSV file and it will add that for you, or you can manually enter it in. As you delete, it will go away and remove the row. So now I have 3 columns instead of 4.
Okay.
Information, it will add another column. Design, you can change the header to the green that is set to the template. So here you'll always have your saved colors that came with the template.
Yeah.
And then you can always choose your colors. So you can always change that. So a row, you can space it out. So design, a border, and just make it a little bit more presentable, or you don't want it to be a table so much. Next is text and image. You can always add a text and image alone, but this is already embedded for you. To not have to do the work already, just change the image and you can add text. So we've used this for staff. Hello, this is our pastor, John Smith. So if you need to do that, we can do that for staff. We can do that for should change it on the right. Let's see here. You can link it. So if they click on him, it can take it to the back to the home page or wherever. You can make it bigger, smaller, a border on the image, the text, color in the background, all these different, you can frame the actual border, animation. So text and image is just already there for you so that you don't have to add text and then a separate widget of an image. So 2 widgets put in one. Copyright, if you need to copyright anything, it already has the copyright symbol for you, and you can just change the name.
Company name.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I think it was, what's next? Accordion, this is one of my favorites, and the next one, tabs. Accordion, you can add more. Accordion, you can expand just one or all. So that means that when you click on it, it will keep all of them as you go, or just one at a time. So if I click on one, it'll close the other one out. This is used on the home page. This can be used for mass times. A school used this for softball, put their softball, baseball, basketball, their school sports times and locations, tryouts. You can choose the different layouts for it. Colors, frame sizes, animation, the description text. So all different. And I believe the accordion, you have one on your home page that you can use and it's ready. So there's the accordion.
There. Right.
Next is tabs, another nice way to incorporate and show information. You can add more. You can show image or not show image. You can choose all the different designs or how you want them to scroll down. Next is, so that's the basics. Media, here's an image. We want to add an image, let's say online giving. We wanted to link it. We want to replace this image. We want this image a lot smaller. We want the full width. If not, we just want it smaller. Border. Let's say zoom out, shadow, animation, spacing. So within the row itself, this is where spacing comes in. You can space out in the actual row itself. So I am outside of the picture. So let me show you. Here we are in one row, this big row. If I were to move this, let's move this out of here. I can move this into this blue area, and I can click on the image spacing. I can space it a little bit more towards the left, a little bit more towards the right.
Okay.
To align it with the text. So let's say online giving button and you wanted to add text here. You can just make it to where the spacing is kind of together. maybe that's too close and we don't want that. So we'll go to
Uh.
spacing and we will not have it so close to one another. So little designing you can use with spacing. Image,
Tricks of the trade.
yes, image slider. This one, you have a slideshow. You can add a lot more images. Slideshow, you can have, we use this a lot for the homepage for churches, like to show and keep their pictures that were on their website. So they would not want to use any words or a button. So we would just leave
Yeah.
it blank and just have a slideshow. How many seconds? You can do seconds up to, I believe, 15, 20. So every 1 second, it will pause on hover up to 20 seconds, pause on hover. So it pauses. And then all your different, you can make it skinnier, show full width. So it'll show the full width.
And where
of,
does this appear, Louisa? Where in the page?
what do you mean?
Is it like towards the bottom, or is it just where you're working at on that certain page?
I'm on,
or that.
I'm on the test page.
Okay.
So if you were to add more rows, so we can move this down here, we can add another row. So as you start to add content, you want to add rows.
Sure.
That way everything is not squished in one row. So for the home page, this is just one row. We just have the title page. This section right here is one row.
Yeah.
One row, another row. So you don't want to use one row for everything.
Everything. No.
So
Separate them.
this little button right here is one little skinny row. So yeah, I'm not really adding rows right now since I'm just showing you the widgets. Next is the photo gallery, which is actually used for this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Photo gallery, we can space them out how it is on the footer. We don't have to space them out. We can add more images. We have used this for staff. Some staff members like the little circle and add image of the staff members.
Yes.
All the different ways to show pictures. You don't have to have them as buttons. So this one, as you can see, when I hover over them, it doesn't highlight like it does here. That can be removed. We would go into design, text button on hover, text button under hover, text button / on image, number of columns, images. So when you click on the image, you can also see settings for this image itself. Let's say I wanted to remove the title and so that is where it does not hover anymore. So photo gallery.
Now, is there a certain size of pixel that we should use for pictures? Or
So
just...
you can zoom the pictures in to have them sized in. So for example, here, this is pretty small, and this picture, we obviously cannot see it. So I'll show you what that looks like. So I know this image, let's do this one. I can't see it because it's obvious. I go to design. In your images, you will be able to choose whether or not you want to use the full width. So let's see here, display full image. It can actually display it full for you, and then you can shrink it if you'd like to.
Okay.
So it doesn't, if it doesn't display full image, it'll just zoom it in and not, it just zooms it in to fit perfectly. And if it needs to bring in some gray area, it will.
Okay.
Here, overlay color is kind of gray. We don't want an overlay color. It'll
Mhm.
just, it'll have the color that it's set to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Let's see. Icon. So icon and shape are buttons. They're just not formatted in a button. So you can choose an icon. You can choose the actual symbols. The difference between icon and shape is shapes is literally just circles, triangles. So just the shape that you're choosing. So just shapes and what you're going to link it to, or an actual icon and what you want to link it to. So sometimes maybe the church wants to link their church and link their go back to the home page or something like that. So
Right.
instead of buttons, you can have a little bit of fun with icons.
Okay.
Video, I do see here that you have YouTube videos. So what we would do is copy and paste this. We can add this little YouTube. We just paste it in and it is ready to show.
Okay.
So there, it's ready to go. Before and after, some churches use this when they are doing renovations. It's a cool little way to see a before and after picture. Maybe the first day of school or faith formation at the beginning and at the end of faith formation. Audio, do you guys use podcast?
Currently, no.
Okay. You would use SoundCloud or Mixcloud. They provide links and you can just copy and paste their link and have podcasts. And that is pretty much all. You're more than welcome to play with them, but that's what you'll most commonly use on the website. Any questions with widgets?
These widgets are fun. Now, if we had an image that we wanted to use, like say, for example, a shape, I don't know, a unicorn, can we download that and then put that in as opposed
Yes.
to using a widget? Okay.
Yes. So what you would do here is when you're on the website, you click on a widget, right? I hope I've made that clear where you're going to be doing lots of clicking. The image here you would replace. And here is where you will start to see your images. So I would click upload because you don't have any images on here yet, and upload from your desktop. As you start to upload, it will actually start to create memory. It'll keep it in here for you. And that is where the next place is content. So that's the next place where you can view your files. So in Radius, you would go to media.
Right.
And view all your downloads. Your media is your content. Content, site content. Manage your images. So here is where you can, once you start to upload, you will see all your uploaded images. Here you can view the free images that we have available for you to use.
Okay.
You can search, and from here you can also click upload from your computer. But when you click on a widget, as you saw, you can upload from the widget. You don't have to always go to content and open up this big folder to upload.
Okay.
This is where you can manage it. So also delete files. So the difference here is you can have pictures and PDF files together. Here we have it separate. So just
Separate,
images, just files.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Here is the second place. So at the beginning where I showed you where to log in to your website, I showed you where you can view the form responses.
Okay.
Here is the second place. So if you leave this, if we leave this form for you, you can view it when you sign in. You can view the form responses, or here. Manage form responses. No submissions yet. As you start to get submissions, you can view them through the website. So content, site content. Business info. Celia, you'll want to go through this one. Here is where you can
Okay.
change the logo. The logo right here.
Mm-hmm.
So content, business info, change the business logo, the address. We have it set to our Sunday visitor address, so it's defaulted to that. So just click and change it to your church, your phone number, emails that the email that maybe you'd want them to connect with. That will also change, and you'll want to make changes to the footer here.
Yes.
Here's where you can also change the, let's see here, business text, business images, that is the footer. So business info is business info, and business images is the two that you'll want to change.
Okay.
Let's see here. So we went over content, how you can view your content, widgets, pages, design, personalize. This is a new neat tool that we have. You can create pop-ups. So what this does is when you, maybe my example that I like to use is when church might be canceled due to weather. When they go to your website, it's like a pop-up. So when you go to other websites and they have ads that pop up, maybe when you're going shopping and they say, here's 15% discount, enter your email, that's a pop-up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So here you can use all of these. I haven't gone through all of these. You're more than welcome to. The most used one is build your own. So when you build your own, your rule, we want to display to all visitors. You can have different like location. If they're in a specific location, it'll pop up. So maybe the radius of that, if they're on your website from 10 to 12, this is what you would want it to show. So we can do that. Or if they visit, number of times they visit, or just display for all visitors at all time until you deactivate it. A new row in your website, it'll create a new row at the very top on the home page. Notification bar, it'll appear at the top of your website. A pop-up, it'll do the pop-up. So I'm going to show you what the pop-up looks like. It'll appear on the home page. You can choose where it'll appear immediately or after a few seconds. When you click next, will be in mode of editing the pop-up. So everything will kind of gray out except for widgets, because you can still add widgets. So I can remove this button because I don't need it. You can be safe, too much snow. So whatever you want to announce, you can add all of the above. You can add an image, you can add a button. Pop-up settings is where you would do that.
Okay, so this would take place of that like instant little banner that goes way above the top from the
Yes.
old. Okay.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay.
Here you can shadow it. So the pop-up, once we click done, we can save it. We can say display one time or every time they get on the website. So if I'm on the website 5 times a day, it'll only appear once or every time. I'll save the rule. Now, because I've created this, remember that when you create this, it's not going to go live. You would have to click republish and it'll go live. So that we've had some instances where they say they've created it and it's not happening. We found out it's because they did not click republish. So that is also a change that you've made to your website. We want to so this is a change and it's saved, but it hasn't gone live until you make it go live. So we can preview it. From here, you can rename it, edit the trigger or action that it does, deactivate it. So once you're done, you want to go in here and deactivate. And it'll also say activate if you want to use it again, or we can just delete it. So personalize is where you can more manipulate it, edit it. When you go to pages, that is where you can view your pop-ups. So this is where you can just view and see the pop-ups that you have created and display this pop-up using the personalize rule. You can edit through here as well. So pop-up settings. So that's the second place.
Okay.
But from here, you cannot deactivate or activate. You do have to go through personalize. So pop-ups is just kind of a place for you to view what you are doing.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and delete it on both ends because once we publish it, it will go live. So we don't want to do that.
No, we don't want to have that.
E-commerce and app store, you won't see that on your end. Blog, you are more than welcome to use blog. You will see blog. It's kind of a fun tool. You could create newsletters. You can create, use it as any way if the pastor journals and he wants to write out to his parishioners. It's a neat way to post. When you go into it, it'll have you can look and see what this is. This is previewing the example that they already have ready. We're in preview mode if we want to go back. But if you're interested in blogs and have any more questions, just let us know. But this is available for you to use. You're more than welcome to
That's
play.
good because that's food for thought.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. The only other thing that will be important is in settings. Oh, here they do have, so here you can, I don't think you can go to Google Analytics from here, but you can keep your information. So your Google Analytics information, you
Okay,
can
will
keep,
be yeah.
it won't be
We can keep it
transferred.
in.
That will be something that you'll have to do.
Okay.
So I will definitely write your Google Analytics information down.
Okay, cool.
So the one thing that I was going to share is settings backup site is what you'll most often use. For example, May 6th today, I have done some pretty drastic changes from the test from the test page. So based on if you were to stay in here for a while and make changes, it does save a version.
Okay.
When you click republish, it will also save that version. So let's say yesterday you had the website as it was perfect. Today we made changes to faith formation and we clicked republish. Let's say those changes for faith formation were not good or they were not what needed to be done. And you want to go back to what the website was yesterday. You can restore for May 5th.
Okay.
Click restore and it'll go back to what the website was on May 5th. We've had some instances where they made they've deleted some forms and we just couldn't get them back. So we restored it from the previous day and everything was good and back to normal. And so she just had to recreate what she was doing correctly. So that is a little bit different. You could
That
not
is
do
good.
you could not do that in Radius. You cannot restore. The only thing you could do was show deleted pages. So if you were to delete directions, you can only restore a page. You can't restore the website. So if you were to have gone through site-wide and deleted a lot, you could not go back. So we have versions where you can go back to a version that you had.
Okay. Perfect.
So that it concludes the platform. So going into the website, did what you did, Celia, are you able to send that to me?
Sure.
Is it written down or is it on a document?
It's on a Excel sheet.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead and email that to me because I will share that to my interns. But now now let's go over the website and what we can do for you.
Okay, let's see here. I'll send that to you after this meeting. I just don't want to mess that up. Okay. We would like to pretty much transfer whatever we have on there thus far.
Okay, perfect.
But this is what I'm thinking and how maybe I could do this on my end as far as like moving and shifting things around and such. Like you showed me, we could duplicate pages into something else or what have you.
Right.
So can you see my page?
Oh, you're sharing. Right, right. Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Awesome.
Okay, so
Okay.
I have the home page,
Uh-huh.
and these are the headers that you've shown me on the top, that are at the very top
Yes.
of, you know what I'm talking about, the little icons.
Welcome, register, becoming Catholic. Yeah.
Right. All that stuff falls underneath there, and then these would be the ones that you kind of hover over to a little underneath it.
Yes, registration
Okay.
form. Okay.
Right. So this is basically, I don't know, I just did it this way. For the love of God, I have no idea. When you were showing me, I'm like, that's exactly what I have. So this is basically what we're looking at.
Our parish life, our faith. Okay.
And then the parish directory, when you were
So
showing,
we would probably just include it on a page. So we wouldn't do tabs. I think that would,
no,
you don't want
because
tabs for that, right? That'd
you
probably be a
know how
little
you were
too
showing
much.
us how you could put the picture of the priest or not put the picture. We could just put the name and
Yes.
I can add information later.
100. Yes.
We could do that. So that's
Yes.
my thought on this.
I agree with
So,
that too.
you know, I could just go in if they just want a phone number or an email or no phone number or a phone number to the parish office and no email, that which is fine. I mean, they're up to getting whatever they want in that sense, but everything else, that's pretty much what it looks like. So does this make sense to you?
So for example, sacraments, you would want sacraments and then it'll have a sub sacraments of initiation. And then under initiation, it'll have baptism, Eucharist, confirmation.
Yes.
Okay. Are you adding in for, I don't see pages for Eucharist. Or is that under somewhere?
I'll add to that once we get them established.
Okay. So
Once we put them in there, all that verbiage will go in there. But I know the verbiage is inside the
sacraments. I think I see sacraments for initiation, baptism, Eucharist. Okay, I see. I see. Yes, that makes sense.
okay.
Sacraments
So
of
that's where all
healing.
that information will fall under.
Perfect. Weddings, add in, so weddings, we would
We'll
leave
add
that.
information when it comes to that.
Okay.
You know,
Funerals, planning funeral.
I think I
So-
have it on the website right now, and it's already in there. So that's a null and
Okay.
void, I guess. It's already in there.
Pope. Baptism upload form, confirmation upload form. Okay. Yeah, list all ministries, parish. Parish ministries. Under parish life, parish ministries, list all ministries. Where?
That would be Oh my goodness, where are we here? Let's see here. That would be under, hang on. That would be under parish life on the old website.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Parish life, parish ministries. Okay. Yes, list all minute. Okay, perfect.
So
Right.
would it be easier for us to move?
No, this is fine.
Mm,
This is
okay,
fine.
that's good.
This is fine. I'm just making sure I understand that way. If my intern has questions, I can answer them.
Yeah, they're all in
You
there, and then
perfect. Perfect. Okay.
so
If he has any questions, if we come across anything, I will
yeah, you can contact me.
contact you.
Oh yeah, I'm open to that. You know, you have my phone number, and
Yeah.
yeah, you can reach me at any
Awesome.
time.
If you could email this to me, this would be perfect for
Yes.
him to go through.
Sure. I'll send
And
that over in a sec.
we will get working on it.
It's gonna be so exciting.
And then I would just start to collect pictures that you want to use, because we'll leave it, I think we'll leave pictures blank. I don't really see a lot of pictures throughout the website.
Okay.
So we'll leave the pictures as the template has them, and so we'll see what maybe Lorraine or Kristen has certain pictures that they want to share of the church.
Okay, that would be great.
Awesome. Is there anything else?
Actually, right now, no. I mean, I just hope I'm doing the right thing here, because
No, this is awesome. Actually, I just know that you have been the most prepared that I have had
oh,
a meeting with.
oh,
So
is that a good thing?
it's great. It's great.
Okay, good. All right, I'm gonna be sending this over to you right now. That way you have it, and yeah,
Perfect.
just let me know if you guys have any questions or whatever, or you know,
Awesome. I
because
will do
this is
that.
a good start.
This is
a
a
very
great
good
start.
start.
This is a great
And
start.
okay, this is great.
I
Well,
will let me stop the recording.
now will we need to meet up again?
So if the website is a total disaster, yes.
Oh
So
no.
we will do a follow-up meeting, but typically after we are done with moving everything over, I'm sure you'll have some comments. And
Okay.
we can typically make the changes via email until you're
Okay.
ready. You're all more than welcome to call me, but if it is something where we need to like go over and share screens and let's talk through it to fix it,
Mhm.
we can do that as well.
Okay, very good. Now I had another question. Just keep updating on Radius until we transition over, correct?
Correct. Radius, nothing changes on Radius until
We
we
go live.
publish. Yes, until we go live. So Radius stays the same. Continue doing what you're doing with Radius. Don't worry
Okay.
about. Um, it's as if we're not even doing this.
Okay, very good. Awesome.
Awesome. Let me stop the recording.
Okay, very good.